Should we say
And you ladies can say something, like you're on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Yeah, buenas tardes.
Buonasera a tutti.
Benvenuto. I don't know how many people. Who do we have online tonight?
We have Maggie, we have Lydia. Sorry, I'm trying to go through my little list. I think Kathy Volo just signed on.
Hey.
Lydia, Elaine is here.
Joan and Chris?
Hello, Elaine.
My sister.
Joan.
Ah. Hey, Lane.
Chris is here
Okay.
with Joan.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Joan. Kathy, Maggie.
Are you making pretzels?
Yeah, we're going to. Something like that.
I'm gonna mute the smart ass in this group.
Oh,
That's funny.
We'll bring him back later. Jesus, that. Yeah.
That's funny. So we'll give it at least a good 5 more minutes, ladies, if that's okay, to let more people jump in.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's fun.
Is that okay? Yeah.
So
I don't know.
this is mirrored. I'm looking at us mirrored, which is awkward, but get used to it. What can you see? We'll move these things out of the way. So they can. Actually, that way. I know, I was just thinking that. I noticed here there was mention of rancid olive oil. I did, yeah. So we'll have to, next time we make them, we'll have to set the olive oil in the fun. Have you made the yeasted one? I haven't made any other ones. Either.
Hey, while we're
Okay.
waiting, Tammie, I have a question. Can you hear me, Tammie?
Yes.
Oh, I wondered, do you remember when we were in Bari and they had those street vendors with like a million kinds, a million flavors? And there was one, I remembered it said pizza. And what do you suppose might have been in that to make it like pizza? Do you think tomato?
I would wonder if it might be the yeasted dough and then some flavoring. Because there's a yeasted recipe in this packet. So I gotta get going the right way. So
We have a small crowd,
and then
fellas.
maybe some
Small
you know
crowd.
how when you make tomatoes,
I'm waiting a little longer.
and then you can grind up the
8.
skins. You might be able to put that powder into the flour mixture, and then it would have a little bit of a tomato paste.
I missed the powder that you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I missed that. What powder?
When you make like tomatoes, roasted tomato sauce, you can take the skins off, and you can bake those skins and grind them up into powder, and then you can put that powder into the flour recipe.
Oh, I wonder
if tomato flavor or vegetable flavor.
Yeah, I wonder if that's how because they were kind of reddish too. So yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. Just a guess. I really don't know, but
different spices. Yeah.
Put some oregano, basil. So you think we're ready? Georgina, is there anybody else to let in?
No, not right now, but I'll watch as we go.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure everybody can see you. Does anybody need anything? I think Kathy and Maggie's video is off. I just want to make sure they can see you.
That's okay.
You guys good?
Mm-hmm.
The Volos?
Okay.
Everybody's good? Everybody have their glass of wine ready? Excellent. Okay, go ahead, ladies.
All right, great, thank you. So welcome to everybody. Welcome to everybody. Tonight we're going to make Taralli gambetessa. It was a recipe that I had found online back in 2007. After I had my first Taralli, I fell in love and had to make my own because I wasn't going to keep buying them. The first time I had them, they were made with black pepper. What do you remember what your?
My first ones were plain and vegetable flavor, and they were different colors, so I'm not sure how they did that.
So tonight we're going to make black pepper taralli. To get started, what Tammie did today was she made a tray of them, and to show you what they look like before they go in the oven, and we're going to put them in the oven now so they have time to bake, and they'll be ready to come out by the time the ones we make are ready to go in the oven. Hopefully we time this well.
Okay, on we go. The oven is set to 390 degrees. We're going to start at 20 minutes and turn them over and then bake them until they're golden brown on both sides.
350 degrees and
For
then
20 minutes and then turn them over and bake them till they're golden brown.
until they're golden brown. It's not her house, is it?
It's Teresa's.
So to start, the recipe calls for 2.5 cups of flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, in my teaspoon, and them now. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's way too much. And we will measure 1/2 cup of olive oil and 1/2 cup of white wine. We'll put them right in the same cup. I'm gonna grind it. Today we're making black pepper, so can you see it? Yep. The white wine that we're using tonight is a Pinot Grigio. Don't put it in yet. Pinot Grigio. But you can use any dry white wine. I'm grinding up pepper fresh because we like our pepper.
So it's good to put the dry ingredients into the flour of your seasoning so it gets
Oh.
mixed in well because
Worse.
you don't want to overwork the dough.
Mhm.
So if you add it in last, then you're actually working.
Turn that light on down there. No.
Yeah, you do not want to activate the yeast. So let's see. Gluten. The gluten, thank you. We're not using yeast tonight. See how much this is.
Mhm.
So today when I made the ones in the oven, I used 1 tablespoon of black pepper for this recipe. So when they come out, we'll taste them and see if that's enough or too much for some people. You guys all know how much we like hot stuff, so.
So we started with 2 cups of flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna guess this is about maybe a teaspoon and a half. Did you say?
You want to show?
That's a tablespoon measure, not full. I'm gonna say about a teaspoon and a half of freshly ground black pepper. Okay. So throw that in there.
All right.
And
I don't think it matters what direction they go, right?
well,
Are you just putting them in the same time?
yeah, gotta take the cap off.
Thank you. Your kitchen, your rules.
Sorry, everybody.
You know, we know y'all, but, you know, still a little nerve-wracking on this side of the camera, okay?
We did one dress rehearsal weeks ago. That was great.
Without film. Okay, you ready?
Dump it in. So I'm gonna use a fork to just toss it. You won't live that one down.
I probably won't. I can live with it.
2 cups of flour,
Put it on mute.
1/4 teaspoon of
Put us
salt,
on mute.
and about 1.5 teaspoons of black pepper. And that looks pretty wet.
So you reserve a 1/2 cup of the flour so that when the dough's coming together, you can kind of estimate.
Give it a toss.
I use my fingers.
Toss. Don't mush. You don't want to work it. Toss it and blend it. Like you're making muffins. Like making muffins, you're just tossing the dough lightly. More.
That's pretty good.
You did a little more. So if you work the dough too much, you're going to activate the gluten, and it's going to make the dough rubbery, like you would if you were making bread dough. We don't want that. We don't want stringy dough. We want it to be very loose, actually.
One more.
Smidgen more. No more? Oh.
No more. Now we're at a spot of wine.
Yeah. So if you have to add any more liquid, add the wine. Don't add any more oil. The oil we're using today is an organic oil from Tunisia. It won a gold award for the best olive oil in the world in 2022. And we found this at Giant. Brandy and I were at Giant one day. I don't know if Brandy's online tonight.
I buy that all the time. It's very good.
It is good. Yeah. Okay. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to turn the heat up in the water. So that's ready. I think I'm going to have to see. Oh, it's ready. Very ready. Okay. So we're going to roll some of these out.
You want to take it. The directions say a walnut sized piece. You just want to take a little pinch off. Roll it out. Can you see that? And then kind of twist it together. You have to kind of push it a little bit together so it doesn't come apart when you put the Taralli in the boiling water. And there you have it.
So when you're making a batch, the key is not so much how you make your size, but how thick you make your little roll of dough, because you want it to bake or boil and bake consistently. So about a 1/2 inch, this one's a little thicker. I'm gonna just go.
It looks like maybe a little skinnier than your finger. Is that a good
A
judge?
little bit, that's a good judge. Pinky, I would go with the pinky. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want your dough to be too wet. Sometimes they can be shaped, you'll see them shaped like so. There are a number of ways to make Taralli. There are a number of recipes. Some recipes call for yeast, and you let them rise a little bit. Some don't use anything but flour and water. It really depended, like way back in when Taralli, I don't know the full history of Taralli, but what I read about it is that it was really something that was made when you didn't have much of anything. If you had some flour and water, that was sufficient. Any salt was sufficient. Any other seasonings that you would throw in, like rosemary, fennel, lemon, my favorite. I have a list here of flavors.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what are your favorite? You're doing the black pepper,
We're doing black pepper.
which I guess is one of your favorites, right?
Anise, caraway, poppy seed, sesame seed, garlic, dried tomato. Lydia, that might be the pizza, right?
Ah, okay.
Garlic, dried tomato, maybe?
That could be, I could see if there was some cheese in there, dried cheese. Yeah.
Well, that would be good on there. Cheese, oh, cheese, just in general. Why do we not have that on our list?
Right, I know.
That might be my new favorite.
Just experiment with them. At Christmas time, I made sweet Taralli. So I used, instead of a dry white wine, I used a sweet rosé in the dough and made a glaze with the rosé and the icing sugar. And that was it. And that's what I took to the Christmas party, and everybody really liked them. Okay, we're gonna roll these out. While we're rolling these out, does anybody have anything they want to say or have any questions? Does anybody want to roll one? Bernie, want to do some?
I didn't get any hits with Randy at home either, so. So this, a couple days ago, I had some cousins coming, visiting, and I was practicing. So we did some plain without the black pepper, and then when they were done, she wanted to taste cinnamon and sugar. So I mixed cinnamon and sugar, put them, when they were still warm, put them in the bowl and put cinnamon sugar on the outside, and they were a pretty big hit. So
They were good.
Sounds good.
I wouldn't have thought of that, I don't think.
I like lemon. When I make the lemon, I'll use lemon juice in place of the wine or in place of some of the wine, and some grated up lemon rind in the dough. And they're really lemony, but they're really good.
Did you put a like a glaze on top?
I did some of them. I made a sweet lemon glaze. Yeah. You know what I didn't do is lemon pepper. I bet lemon pepper would be really good. Yeah. That's a good question. Is anybody baking along with us? I don't. It's awfully quiet.
Georgianne, is anybody saying anything?
No, everyone is on mute, but I think you can unmute yourself. I think you can. So people can chime in and give their thoughts as you're showing us. So I don't think anyone's cooking along. No? Yes? I don't think so. I think everyone's just watching.
Yeah.
We're all watching you with the process. Yeah. Yours almost remind me of the ribbon, you know, when yours look very different than Tammie's. Come on, they look very different. Tammie's are more roundish, and yours are more like a ribbon, you know, like when you have different causes and you have a ribbon.
Right.
They kind of look like that.
All right, I'll do this.
What other shape would be a good shape? Oval.
I like the black pepper ones for dipping in wine. That's the flavor that I like.
That's my favorite too. But I haven't experimented with it with these other flavors. I think it would be neat if we all took off and made our own and had a little Taralli party.
Taralli taste. Is that Joe?
Wow, that's a great idea.
Little pretzel.
Pretzel.
Okay, I'm gonna take, these and show you how we boil them off.
Okay.
So you put maybe 6 of them in the pot at a time. You don't want the water to stop boiling. And a few at a time in the pot of boiling water. Can you see in the pot? Or you can't get close enough? Get a little closer, Bernie?
Yeah, you're good. Yep, I can see.
Okay.
I want to see them come to the top and then maybe hold it up.
Yeah, that's good. Perfect.
Okay, we'll do 6. You're gonna boil them until they rise up to the surface. You're just making sure they don't stick at the bottom. And they're good, so we'll just wait for them to, like a tortellini, wait for them to rise to the top, and then they're done.
What's your time for that, you think? Like just a few minutes?
Like a minute.
Just a minute? Oh, okay, really
Doesn't
fast.
take too long.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
quickly.
okay.
And as you do it, the water gets cloudy, so this is the best time to kind of look at them and watch what they do.
There you go. We got it. Thank you.
Oh, right behind. Oh, there you go. So you can see they're coming up to the top and you just scoop them out. We have a parchment lined cookie sheet over here that we're just putting them on. And I'm gonna let that water come back up to a pretty good boil. And then I'll put the next batch in. So after you boil them, you want to cool them before you put them in the oven, which is why we started with that. So that they're already cool and we could get them baking so you can see the finished product. Oh, boil.
So I have a question. On the paperwork or the recipe that you gave us talks about how there are different sizes and some are like very big, but I've never
Yeah.
seen them be like large. I've always seen them just the size that you're making them. Have you ever seen them? Anybody ever had any that are like that?
I saw online recently, I've been seeing a lot of Taralli online, actually. They looked almost like a bagel. They were maybe not quite as big as a bagel, but they were like this and they were pretty puffy, pretty big.
That's wow. That's so interesting, really.
Yeah. Is
And
that,
so are they just as crunchy? Like these are definitely crunchy that you're making.
You know, they didn't have one cut open, so I'm gonna guess it was a little more bready.
Yeah.
I wonder if they
Just
were the
like a
yeasted
bagel.
one,
My guess.
maybe.
I have seen them. There's another recipe. It's sometimes called Genetti, where they're bigger, they're round, and they may or may not be baked, but you bake them or boil them and slice them around the outside, and when they bake, they open up and they look like the wheel of a car.
I always got the bigger ones in Blackwood, New Jersey. I never saw small ones like this.
Really?
Yeah, never saw small ones, always got the big ones.
So the first time I had them, that was Chris, I believe, Chris. I got them at this import store somewhere outside of New York City. It was a 2-story giant store that had import everything from everywhere. So going back to times when times were poor or in poor areas, one of the things that I read about making Taralli is that they were not necessarily baked. They might have just been boiled. And by boiling them, they would not go bad so quickly. And they kept longer.
I
Why
haven't
don't you-
tried
why
that.
don't you- Why don't you make one big one?
For you? Just
Yeah.
fill up a pot big enough. Yeah.
One big one.
Well, I don't know, but I'm thinking it would make a good breadstick because they're nice and crispy. Now, this particular recipe says that they will taste like a stale pretzel. And I think that's mostly because of the oil, cooked with the oil, baked with oil. The oven, yes. So Tammie's going to flip the pan that was put into the oven. Everything your way, you need to have them. I need to get these out of the pot first, and then I'll put that up. They're just coming to the top. Wherever you want to put it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'll take over the boiling if you want. So the recipe came from a website. I did a quick Google search years ago for Taralli and came up with this recipe. And it was added to the internet by a man of Robert Angelo. I don't know if he's online here tonight with us, but he knew we were going to use his recipe and contacted him. It's a timer. Ooh, they're nice. So Bernie. Got it? Yeah. So this is after 20 minutes in the oven. They're starting to brown up a little bit. Definitely smell the black pepper.
Mm.
So we're gonna flip them over and then put them back in. You can see they expanded. They got a little crispier. Are they down underneath? No, but they're just starting. Should I leave them in longer? What do you think? I think they'll be all right.
Thought they already looked fabulous.
Yeah.
We need smell-o-vision.
Can you tell me again, how hot is the oven?
390 degrees.
Thank you.
The first
How long did you
time
say that was? 20 minutes already?
20 minutes for the first round.
And then you turn them for another 20?
10 minutes, and then just kind of check and see how they do.
Okay.
Sometimes like these are a little on the smaller side. I realized when I was making them that I kept picking out the smaller ones first, so I made all of them small.
Okay.
First time I ever had these was when we were in Puglia on our trip. Tammie and I were on that trip, and I never had them because in where my dad's from, they never made anything like this.
Did you get some from that market, Lydia?
Yes, I bought a couple bags to bring
Okay.
home as gifts, like to my and my godmother. I thought maybe because her family's from Calabria, so I thought maybe she would know about them, and she never heard of them. So
All right, so I turned all these over. You can see there's just a little bit of golden brown, especially like maybe in this corner and some of them. So we'll just put them in so that we get a nice good brown on the other side, and then they should be done. I wonder if they just had a different name for them. Was there anything that looked similar, Lydia?
you mean and where my dad was from in Abruzzo?
In
No,
Abruzzo?
but you know what? You know what we did? You're talking about Genetti, but our Genetti are nothing like what you're talking about.
Oh,
Our
wow.
Genetti are cookies, so they're sweet, but we shape them like in either the crossover, like you're doing with the Taralli, or the pretzel shape, or just leave them in a small round ball, but nothing large. So that's what was similar, not the taste at all, because they were a cookie.
They were cookies. Were they sweet, Lydia?
Yes, a sweet cookie, and then you put like your 10x sugar icing that you said you get, and then little sprinkles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they were a very important wedding cookie.
Ah,
They were always on the cookie trays for the weddings.
nothing better than an Italian cookie table at a wedding.
Yeah, only my relatives were from this side of the state in the coal regions, and they didn't do a table. They did trays, giant trays for every table,
Oh, wow.
for every guest.
So in the cookbook, the Little Sons of Italy cookbook that we had a few years back, there is a recipe in there called unginetti. And I followed the recipe, and it was the ones that baked like a car wheel. And I remember having them as a kid. I think Celadoro made them years ago.
I remember them.
Yeah,
I still have that cookbook.
yeah.
No, I don't remember those.
I don't remember those either.
Mm,
I'll find them online, send you a picture.
okay.
So a little tip, when you're boiling them, the water gets cloudy as you keep putting them in. Count how many you put in and then count how many you take out so you don't lose them.
That's funny. But you were doing the little ones too.
Yeah. Yeah, when I did the little ones, it was probably about 8. I got 8 in there. You just don't want to put too many in because you want the water to keep boiling. You don't want to lose that boil.
Last one.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
So have you ladies made these in a different flavor, or is just this your go-to?
I made rosemary last week, and the cinnamon sugar that I explained.
Oh, that's right, the cinnamon sugar. I forgot about that. Yes.
Actually, that was the same batch.
You just
Because
put
I didn't
some.
think about putting the ground rosemary that I had into the flour, so I added it later. So I took some out and made plain ones and put the cinnamon sugar after they were cooked. I think you could put cinnamon inside there too. We just didn't think of that early enough.
Yeah, I wonder how that would be.
And then I put some ground rosemary, and then I put, at Teresa's suggestion, I put fresh, dried rosemary into a little bit of wine to try to rehydrate it a little bit. And chop that up a little so they weren't big, hard pieces, and then put those in. But I think I could have let that sit longer than I did. It's kind of a last minute thought.
They look good.
They do look good.
I'm gonna take this back over.
Okay.
So this recipe will fill one tray. So this is what they look like when they come out of the water. They don't look very exciting, actually. But they'll bake up and they'll really be delicious.
So they do say to let them cool. Do you know why? I didn't see any reference to why, but it specifically said that.
And so you can put them out.
You're saying let them cool
Let them
before you put the.
cool before you bake them.
Oh, really? Oh.
So I made the ones in the oven, I made those this afternoon so that they would be nice and cool so we could just pop them right into the oven.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
But I really couldn't find any references as to why it made a difference to cool them because you're just putting them into a hot oven.
Yeah.
Maybe that helps them puff up. I don't know.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of anything else that would
Because there's no baking
do that.
soda, there's no leavening in it, there's no yeast, there's no baking,
Yeah,
no baking soda.
that is kind of funny.
What else do you put in the oven cool? You let cool before you do the next step.
Like biscotti.
Yeah, Scotties, what are Scotties? Cookies?
I wonder if it has anything to do with the moisture on them when you take them out. of the-
It could be, maybe it helps them dry out.
Yeah.
So I just put,
Oh, there we go.
well, you'll just have to
There we go. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, you can see how cloudy it is.
Yeah. It looks like white water.
Sure does. That's what you use to make carbonara. I haven't had that in a long time.
Mm.
Coming. There they are, popping up. Two, 3 minutes. Calm down.
Experiment with different flowers.
So we've got 3 minutes for the little ones. We're gonna have to check them here, especially since they are little. I don't know if it takes a different amount for the little ones or not. Time wise.
I think the thickness is gonna be the.
That's it. Yep, that's it. Out of the way. Put them outside for 2 minutes. Calm down.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Left the kitchen. Okay. Does anybody have any questions, or have they thought of anybody thought of any flavors while we were doing this?
I like the lemon scent.
I know.
I like the lemon.
And
And the
I
cinnamon, I like that too.
think cinnamon inside would be good.
And the chocolate.
Oh, cocoa powder.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good. No sugar on the inside though, because that would change the dough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so cocoa powder in there and then just the glaze.
I think we need to have a Taralli bake-off. Everybody has to sign up for a different flavor, and we'll see what we come up with.
And draw experiment.
Yes, I think so. You're gonna have to, well, we didn't do it. We didn't taste the dough before we finalized it, so.
The ones I made, I put a full tablespoon in, so we'll be able to follow up with that a little bit and tell you between hers and mine, which,
More peppery
if
and not.
it's too peppery or a medium pepper, or,
And you can add some ground cayenne.
see, I want to
It'd
kind of
be
do
too
our
much.
pretzel recipe with some of those ingredients, dry ingredients, and put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
I
remember,
to hear something from Randy back there, but I didn't.
Tammie, do you remember the ones that you let me try? The pepper ones?
At the
Do you
meeting.
remember- Yeah, do you remember how much pepper you put in that? Cause I thought they were.
Oh, the ones at the theater, were left over from when I first came to
Oh.
see you.
I think that was about 2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons, okay.
Yeah. And honestly don't know if freshly ground pepper.
When you use the
You-
lemon,
Theresa? A little bit more? Yeah, I'm not really sure. So this is where we're at with 10 more minutes. We flipped a couple over, but they could still brown a little bit more. So we're just gonna pop them back in for
Starting.
a few more minutes, yeah. You think 5?
Yes.
5?
Then we'll throw the other tray in.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know why you have to cool it. So biscotti, you cut when it's cool and then rebake it, or you cut when it's hot and then you let it cool and rebake it? Can somebody refresh me on that? I can't remember.
I think you cut, let it cool and rebake, but the recipe's up there.
Yeah, I think that's right, Teresa.
Yeah, cut them while they're still a little warm.
Mhm.
Yeah, because maybe, well, I've read different things about biscotti too. I've read that, in today's oven, you don't have to bake them twice. I always do anyway. But I guess years ago, they were using the stone or brick ovens and wood fire, maybe they needed to brown them that way, put them back in. Yeah, but yeah, there's so many ways. I'm curious to try just making them with water and no yeast and water.
So when you did the wine ones, did you do anything other than wine? Or did you do wine and water like our
I just replaced the dry white one with a sweet rosé.
rosé? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't made them with dry red wine. I don't know if that makes a difference. You know what I find interesting? A lot of people don't know that cannoli shells are made with white wine. Did you know that?
No,
Bernie didn't know that.
and I'm so feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love a good cannoli.
I
Or
think that's what partly
Lydia's favorite way with pizzelle.
wine and pizzelle.
No, instead of a cannoli shell, using a pizzelle.
Oh,
Wrapping the warm pizzelle over the tube
okay.
and making them that way.
So I just let let Santa in. Santa, were you waiting a long time?
Hope not.
Let me unmute you.
Where's your glass? I have a little bit. You need some.
Yes. Santa, you can unmute yourself
You want
and
this?
then let us know. Were you waiting a long time? I've been trying to watch the waiting room.
While you're there.
I feel bad if people were waiting very long.
Do you want a little more?
Okay.
No. I see him. He's not answering.
Well, 2 more minutes. We can do a
Uh-huh.
little salute, everybody.
I see.
Chin chin. Chin chin. Thank you.
Our cameraman.
Thank you for
Our technical crew is having wine too.
Supervisors.
And the supervisors. We have a couple of supervisors here as well. They want to be acknowledged.
They're a little camera shy.
Get the
They're a
credit.
little camera shy, but they are involved.
That's funny. The other thing that the recipe, or I don't remember if the recipe actually said to do that, but it's something I got in the habit of doing is letting them cool on wire rack.
So just those few minutes outside, and it's a little chilly out tonight, but you can see they're starting a little bit of white on them. They are cool to the touch, completely cool. So it doesn't take long to actually cool them off.
I'm gonna put that one in the pan.
Please?
Yeah, okay. I'm spraying foil. So one thing I learned the hard way is if you're using parchment or foil to bake, spray it because they will stick. Yeah, you would think with all the oil in there, they wouldn't, but they do. So I'm gonna transfer these guys. So I use, when I make them, I use 3 baking pans. One to put them on before they get boiled, one to put them on after they're boiled, and 2 cool, and then 1 for baking. And I have to bake 1 pan, which is nice about this recipe. It's beautiful. Ooh,
I think I like them.
oh, they look great.
They're looking pretty good, everyone. Take a
Oh,
little
yeah,
look,
they're
see there?
getting nice and golden.
Nice and brown. Can really smell the pepper. I know you can't smell it, but can really smell that pepper in there.
Yes, yes.
No one like them.
Just stay in here. You take these things.
Do you want to put them on the parchment paper? Put them on the rack?
No, well, yeah, no, put them on the rack. there. Because that's to help the air circulate then. Okay. I can put this pan in the oven. Throw on through. Set it for 20 minutes. And so we have finished ones now, instead of waiting another 20, 30 minutes for me to smell the oven. They're too little. Oh, they've gone through? Yeah. Put them here. You can put them on top of. Small. Yeah, I want to show these. Like this one here, so they're so very hot. That's how pretty they are when they do brown. Oh, these are really cute, Tammie. I like the little one. Yeah. And they can, it's really not so bad. Or three.
Wow, they look great.
So
They really
after,
do.
after these cool, I have a loose fitting cookie jar that I put them in, and they sit on the counter, and I just reach in and grab one or two or however many I want. They don't last long, that's for sure. But as you know, olive oil is very good for you. So I think that is a good reason to say it counteracts the carbohydrate. How about that? No
I'll take
preservatives.
that. That's a good.
All natural. Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
Simple
we-
ingredients.
We found, Theresa, more than me, that she really likes the Wegmans unbromated flour, seems to do a good job. You told me that last time.
And I've been buying, ever since I found it the first time, that's all I buy.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. What are you saying about the flour?
Wegmans brand,
Oh, just
All-purpose.
regular.
It's unbleached, unbromated.
Okay.
It doesn't get processed like white flour does. And I think sometimes, depending on where I eat, the white flour causes me agita. Or whatever you want to call it, but agita is how I know it.
We're all Italian.
Yeah, yeah. But this flour, the unbleached, unbromated, I use it all the time.
I do too, that's all I have, well, I've got flour now.
But you know, the price of it has shot up tremendously. So I used to buy like 2, 3 bags at a time. Now I only buy it when I need it. Yeah. Actually, I
It
used
went
to,
up and it came down a little bit.
last time I bought it was $3.49 a bag.
Oh,
It wasn't long ago. It was just last Christmas.
2.5 pounds.
A
5.
5-pound bag. I
That's fine.
was buying it for 99 cents.
Hmm.
I know.
I think that was a draw thing. Like
For the longest
at Christmas time.
Well, even
Yeah.
before that, they're 99 cents. They probably brought it down to 99 during baking
I remember
season.
$1.99 at Christmas
Okay.
and $2.99.
Actually, it got to the point where I was asking Chris whenever he goes to Wegmans, if you see it for 99 cents, grab me a bag. Yeah.
Let's see your ingredients again. They were very simple ingredients. Let's see exactly what you used.
Let's see.
Your olive oil, you showed us that.
You can use any kind of olive oil.
Yeah, but you know what you like, what's
Well-
working for you.
May not find this at another time though. See, that's the problem with olive oils.
Yeah, that's been in Giant though for a while. I've been buying that for, I would say, at least a year.
Yeah, this one is coming to the end of its life, so it has to get used up. You know where else I buy olive oil at is the home goods store. Find some good oils
I
there.
look, yeah, I look there too.
It's label.
Let's see the wine. Pinot Grigio.
Spanish. olive oil,
Yeah.
Especially for dipping, then with the seasoning.
Yeah, I was told, and I don't know how true this is, by a cardiologist that Spanish olive oils are good to get because they can't afford pesticides. And it was a really weird comment. I'm like, well, okay, like that's kind of an interesting take on it. So it's
Yeah.
not as,
I don't know if that's true, 100%.
I don't either,
Spain is
but
the largest producer of olive oil at this time. I think Italy is third in line, and maybe Greece second.
And what was that sea salt you just had up there, Teresa?
It's Mediterranean, let's see, we're mirrored, so I'm not sure if I'm showing it.
Yeah, I can see it, Mediterranean.
But it's
sea
fine.
salt.
fine.
Oh, where did you get that?
Ross.
Big lots.
I love finding stuff on there. I do. I'm with you.
Yeah. I've had this for a very long time.
Bernie, you get the first one.
Be careful, they're hot when you bite into
That one's
them.
not too bad.
Great texture.
Good.
So is it like a stale pretzel?
Georgianne?
A little chewy.
A little chewy? Maybe as it cools, they won't be so chewy.
Well, Bill, you, it's not a pepper. Do you want one? Okay.
They're a little chewy.
Oh,
Is that good about?
pepper,
They need,
very good.
do they need cooked more?
No, I think maybe they're too thick for their size,
Oh, okay.
maybe. But as
But
they
they're not-
cool, they might.
They're not cool yet either.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a little bit chewy, but they're so good.
The pepper's really good.
Yeah.
I like that on pepper.
Sorry, I don't mean to be an eater fronter, but how do you not?
They get crispier as they cool.
I think so.
Pepper is really good.
Now, how do we do a bake-off? Do we do a pull flavor out of the hat, or do we all choose our flavor and?
We can do a sign-up sheet with all the flavors, and then you can put your name around the ones you think you like.
There you go.
First come, first served, though. Everybody will be crowded around the table.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter to me which ones I make. How much pepper? Was in
1 tablespoon. Whole table.
Okay,
I think you hit it right on the head.
yeah.
I like that much pepper, but not everybody might like that much pepper.
It's very spicy, and it's just black pepper, right? Yeah.
So has anyone else that's watching made Taralli before? No? How about you, Santo? Have you ever made this before? You are muted, so you have to unmute yourself.
I did not personally, I didn't, but a lot of people in my family make those.
What flavor, Santo?
Well, most of the time it's just plain or maybe with a little anise flavor. They
Yeah,
can be
and-
flavored.
but
They can be flavored with just about anything, real, whatever you prefer, or rosemary, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sky's the limit there, because they're plain, so you can just add anything,
Yeah.
sweet, savory.
I like them just plain. I just like the texture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really are unlike anything else.
They
Great
look good.
for charcuterie board.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so we still have another 12 plus another 10 at least of trout, so what's in the oven. So we can wrap this up. Are there any final comments or questions? Does everybody have the link to this particular recipe? And there are additional recipes and variations included in that link.
Is there any way you could resend that? Because somehow I lost it. I have your recipe you sent me a while ago, Theresa, but I don't have those other,
Okay,
the other versions.
yeah, we can send it out again.
Thank you.
Not a problem. And they really don't take long to make. I mean, we were chatting. If you just make them, well, the first time we did it, we were done in an hour. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Can I ask a question, Theresa?
absolutely.
What type of flowers? I joined the meeting late, so I don't know what kind of flower are you using and how long do you normally let them rise?
This is not a sales pitch, but this is what we were talking about using.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, the unbleached, unbromated.
okay, good.
You can't.
For Christmas, my son gave me a bag of Manitoba flower, if anybody's familiar. So it's indigenous to Canada, but they grow in Italy now. And I think it's Caputo, is that one of the flower brands?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I think that's. what
that's
it
the
was.
semolina I use.
Caputo, yeah. So the Manitoba, I wanted to try it because, again, I read about it a lot online for bread making, and it has a very different flavor. It's delicious. And it made, the recipe that I followed made a really, the kind of crust that keeps the inside soft. So the bread can sit on the counter for days and the inside's still soft. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so I'm conserving that, but I really want to do it again. Yeah, actually, does anybody know where I can find fresh yeast in cake form? Been trying to find it.
Fresh what?
Yeast. A cake.
Oh, yeast.
Instead of the dry yeast, I want to find the moist, fresh yeast, and I'm having a hard time finding it.
I saw it somewhere. I'll eventually run across it again.
The thing is that it expires. It doesn't have a very long life. They have to use it quickly.
Maybe they only bring it out at Christmas.
Maybe.
Years ago, I used to buy that from Feezer, but it, like you said, doesn't last long. I'm not sure if they still, they do sell it to the public, but I'm not sure how much you have to buy. It's probably a pound. I bought it when I had the pizza shop, so I used to buy quite a bit.
Where is that, Feezer? Okay.
Feezer is down by the Hershey Road. Go down to Mushroom Hill. When you go towards Hershey, go down Mushroom Hill, then go to the left, and it's about maybe a half a mile down or less.
Isn't there one in Kingsburg?
It's an industrial road.
Is that not the same road that Stripes is on now, is it?
No. To go to Strides, you have to go up the hill to the right. To go to Feezer's, you go down to the left, down the hill.
Okay. How do you spell that? F-E-E?
Feeser.
S-E-R. Okay. I'm gonna look it up.
I used to buy flour there too. Sometimes I buy that high gluten flour.
The call. There's, you know, that place, there's a place that Bill and I go down in Lancaster, Mandros, Imported Foods. But I've never seen it there either. But that's where I would go and buy actually the big bag of 00 flour, like two, I don't remember how much size it is. It might be like 11 pounds, whatever it translates to kilos. But it's a big bag of 00, and I'm in need right now. Yeah.
Another place you may want to try, but it's all the way down to Reading. I'd never been there, but they tell me they have quite a lot. It's the Russo family store.
Is it in the city?
I'm not sure. I don't think it is in the city of Reading, no, but It is in the vicinity of Reading, and they wholesale to restaurants also.
Okay.
Online, it says that Whole Foods has fresh yeast, but the closest one is in Lancaster.
Lancaster. Hi, Pat.
Hi.
I thought I knew that place. Whole Foods, okay. Yeah, I'll have to take a ride to Lancaster. Again, yeah, I want to call down there because they usually have an olive oil that I like in the big tin, and they didn't have it the last time. So I'm gonna call before I go though. Yeah. Anybody else? You got 5 minutes on the timer. You can see what they look like when they come out. What a difference in how they look when they are after they're boiled and the. Open up there.
You have a plastic bag.
Of course. Bernie's asking for a little bag to take
Doggy
them
bag.
home.
Teresa, where did you say you got that, the salt from, that Mediterranean salt?
Ross. Is that even around anymore? The
Ross?
store? Yeah, there's
Oh, for
one
heaven's
in,
sakes. Oh
by
my
the
gosh.
Ulta in Mechanicsburg. Oh, it's still there. Okay. And there's one over in Harrisburg too.
Oh my gosh.
1 pound. See, yeah, sometimes when you go in, wherever I find salt and some olive oils, I just grab it. It's always a good price there.
But
Wow,
fine
you got me
sea
looking
salt
there
is
now,
a
like a
little
TJ
bit
Maxx,
tougher than
something like that,
regular
would,
sea salt.
you might
You
get
can get
lucky.
coarse pretty easily, but then
Yeah.
you'd be surprised big enough to put in a grinder. It's
Yeah.
really hard to find.
Yeah.
Really hard to find. You'd be surprised what you
know where I
find in
found
those
it?
stores. The Kitchen Shop in Carlisle.
Oh,
They do like a bulk bag. Yeah.
Huh.
Where did this come from? 100% Italian. But this one, Ridoro, this is one that I found at the home goods store over Christmas. And it says it's organic. Pretty bottle. I'm gonna let you go. And
That's a neat looking bottle for sure.
2.5, 3 stories high.
Does it say it's from a particular region?
Oil and vinegar shop in Lidditz has one.
Grisana? Grisana, what does VR stand for? Not, is Verona a province? VR? Verona? Yes. Is it a province?
I thought that was Veneto.
It's in
Veneto, thank you.
There.
VR is in the parentheses. VR.
Veneto is the region.
Veneto? It's Veneto, yeah. With an R? Well,
VR will be Verona.
Verona, okay.
Yeah.
In Veneto,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. That's that one. That's pretty. It's actually really tasty when you taste it. Sure. My fingers over. I always shake it, you know, even though they filter them anymore. But this one I think has a peppery taste to it. That one's kind of more on the green side, like a grassy. Yeah.
So it's interesting. Are you saying that what that particular olive oil has like a peppery flavor?
Sweet.
So I
Yeah.
wonder if that would be interesting to make in with with that recipe that you just made, since it has a pepper flavor.
Well, Taste a Lot used to do olive oil tastings. They had a lot of flavored oils. Ooh. That's good. Yeah. Or you can pull it off. Yeah. That's very good. And I have a Greek olive oil down there, which is much milder.
Okay, this is another lodge meeting. We're doing olive oil tasting.
Are we?
Bring your favorite bottle and we'll have a little tasting.
Mm.
That would really be fun, actually.
That would really be fun.
Yeah, they have that, I love doing that, that Lidditz store, that olive oil store in Lidditz, where they have all the different olive oils
Their
to and
balsamic is.
taste. It's very good.
Find balsamics at,
Yeah,
the Home Goods.
Balsamics too, but they have olive oils.
Sure.
I just picked one up from Sicily.
When you cut your sourdough, you put rice flour on top of it, and then you cut it so that you can see the pattern that you're cutting into the rice. No, I did not know.
They're pulling this other tray out of the oven. A little brown on the bottom. Tammie's flipping them. Billy, it's time for another trip. I'm gonna go to Partana in Sicily. But the olive oil comes from the Partana olive oil. Yeah. Thank you for doing that. Maybe I'll make a batch. All right, there you go. That's all flipped over, nice and brown and toasty. Over here, a little more brown.
Very, very nice. Looking good.
Yeah,
Are they nice and crunchy?
not yet. Oh, they're not done yet.
No, they're not. Okay.
Going back in the oven for 5 minutes. That's on, yeah. Timmy knows how to use the stove. No, I do. Is yours much different? No, it's pretty much the same. Doesn't look the same, but it's the same. Yeah. Yeah. Very fun, very fun. Santo, when are you gonna make some wine?
When I just made it a few months ago.
That's
It's-
a season.
It's just settling down now for the next couple of months.
I learned today that a gentleman that I do taxes with makes his own wine. What do you say, Cabernet and something else? Did you do a red blend, Santo?
Yes, that's all. We made some Merlot and Cabernet together, a blend,
Nice.
and we made some Barolo, and we made some Chianti.
Ooh. You're speaking my language. Yeah,
All reds, all red, dry reds.
very nice, yeah. Now, how long does that take from, till you bottle and serve?
Well, I never really bottle that. I leave them in a 5-gallon carboy. As I need it, I just empty one at a time and bottle it.
Okay,
And I think the first time we'll taste it will be probably this spring after the month of March.
we'll bring this for all. We'll make extra.
Yeah,
I told
well,
him he should do a little presentation of the winemaking, whether you take pictures or little
Like an
video clips or
unveiling.
something. So
I
you can see
do
the
have
process.
pictures of some of the winemaking process, but it is right now. It's simple. I use the juices. I like to buy the juice. I don't buy the grapes. It's much easier, much quicker, and cleaner.
Did they? Your husband said I should bring them another one. He might have.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm definitely in want of making some lemon ones.
Yeah, I wish I could buy lemon zest already.
I have seen it
Have
in
you?
dried form,
I've seen it, yeah.
but I think.
My nephew, he actually set up his drill with a rasp on it and does, well, the rasp is actually fixed. The lemon goes in the drill.
Uh-huh.
And then,
Oh.
and then he just holds it against the rasp.
Oh. Well,
But he
that'll do
makes
it.
limoncello. That's when he does the limoncello, and he's got to do a lot.
Yeah,
Long time. I love lemons.
Good reviews from the
Oh, they're great.
From the
They're great.
video crew? Yeah. No, you're the video crew, they're the AV team or the Zoom team. So 2 more minutes. I wonder what other flavor. Wonder what, can I do anything?
Could I get another?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Garlic, onion. I wonder if you
I
took.
don't know,
like,
I don't know about our viewers, but we're all refilling on the wine.
And grate an onion.
We're refilling.
That would be good, yeah. Garlic and onion? Or after you boil them, dip them dip them into something before you bake them. Or if you put onion in the water and flavor them and boil them. Now Tammie's thinking outside the box.
Yeah, I'd like to try the lemon and chocolate cocoa pepper.
That cocoa powder, I'm very intrigued by that. Yeah, I'm very intrigued by that. That's what I need to use.
And it's not, like I said.
The lemon is just way high on that list because I love lemon in anything. Can we splash a little limoncello in there?
Have you had like homemade lemons?
Yeah. Maybe use that for the topping.
Back to my case.
Limoncello in the glaze.
Said, "Tammy,
Yeah, for the glaze. Oh, you could.
you order and-
You ever been to Buddy Boy,
A little more.
Now the
winery
downstairs working.
in Perry County?
Okay.
They have
Down
chocolate,
steps to me. What the hell did you
pineapple,
order? So
orange,
Yeah.
lemon, blood orange.
Ooh.
I love the blood orange. Really good. It's expensive, you know, for a shot of it, but it was really
But
good.
it's good.
Yeah,
Have you made it?
I haven't made it. I have a lot of friends that make it, thank God.
I wanna, they say that you can get Meyer lemons from Wegmans once a year. You can find them at the market too. Can you? Yeah, I've seen them there. I don't know what the season is though. I don't know what the month is that you can get them. If anybody wants to make these, I'll be happy to do that with somebody. We can do another.
And I sent three to one guy, he got like 3 emails, he got ordered 3.
Yeah, what did you say, Sanko?
Are you going to post the recipe somewhere?
Yeah, we'll send it out again. We should send it out
Yeah,
again.
because
It
in
was a Zoom email. It was a link.
Yeah,
But we
we
can send
may-
it out then.
in our family.
I'll send it out again. Sure, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
In our family, we also make a variation of that. After you boil them, you cut them, you slice them, then you bake them and they flare out, and then you dip them in sugar and water.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a good. It's like a. They use them for certain holidays.
I would like to try that.
Mhm.
What do you call them, Santo?
We call them anginetti.
Okay.
So, but I'm not sure. In different regions they call them different names, but in our area they're anginetti.
I really think you should make something for us, Santo.
You think?
Yes, I think you have a wide range of recipes and things that you make that you don't think anything of. You think it's
I
just-
never made this stuff. I never
Uh-huh.
made anything like that.
You just throw together some wine, you know.
I know.
Throw it together.
We'll
Yeah.
pass some of the recipes on. We'll test them out and
Mhm.
try to learn how to make them. If you don't want to be here.
Hmm.
You said Santo, it's Anginetti, Anginetti.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
Spelling may vary. Sometimes some people started with an A, some people started with a U. So
Uh-huh. Yeah, but that's different. We were talking about that earlier in my where my dad's from. It's a cookie and they're called Genetti, Gen.
Jeanette, see?
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So it Yeah. The Genesee?
For this? For these?
No,
not
the
The Genesee.
I mean, something different.
Yeah, what Santa's
Oh,
talking
what he's
about.
talking about.
Yeah. But I made these.
Is that the Lodge cookbook
Yeah.
with Shania?
Ricotta, cappatelli, panna cotta, cassata, bulgi, fratelli di rosso, granita, limone. It's in here somewhere. Next time we do an index for table of contents.